team chose to ban away the Poppy, the Rumble, and the Viego. So far, they have banned away Poppy, they have banned away the Rumble, and the Kennen has been banned. So far the bans stay the same.
I mean, the Kennen's just become a perma red side ban. The Kennen kind of just found itself in the, specifically in my side of things, in the LPL playoffs. It just kind of became this ultimate thing that you had to ban. Everyone was picking it. There was some great, incredible plays with it. And anytime it got let through, it just meant almost an instant victory. So it has become just a perma ban on the red side. And now, after we see the Annie being taken away as well, the Viego, so BLG are saying, look, nothing was broken for us. We're very happy on the blue side. Golden Guardians, where are you going to try and take this? I feel like the Lucian still's got to be banned, so it's not going to be in the bans we see a difference. It's going to be in those picks.
So Golden Guardians may have left that game and said, we lost that game. You know, they may have said, you know what?
They would be factually correct.
I mean, yeah, but it's from the perspective of they didn't win, we lost. You know, and it was like, we were the ones in control. We were the ones that handed them that victory. We don't need to dramatically change our game plan. A lot of it comes down to the execution. And as I say that already, their game plan is going to change. Vi into Xayah. Xayah gives you so much more control and self-peel into that matchup. And this also gives you a great setup for Rakan. It comes back to something you said in the last game. Kuhi on an initiator. Now he's got his hands on the Rakan. Golden Guardians bot lane already have way more agency than last game.
Absolutely love this pick coming in from Golden Guardians. And again, it was something we mentioned that like the Xayah, not only that, you know, obviously seeing it such a priority now throughout most of the regions through their playoffs and now here at MSI, it's also the fact that the Xayah can kind of, you know, just go into her ultimate form. It's very difficult for a Vi to get on top of the Xayah and lock her down when she has so many kind of self-peeling tools, but it's going to be instantly answered on the side of BLG. They'll take up the Jinx and the Lulu, so they're happy to let this game go late. They're saying, look, in Elk we trust.
Okay, in my head I was like, I wonder if they might think about something like a Maokai here. Just a little bit more utility, really great teamfight tools, but deciding to go against it, going for the safe topside pick in the Cassante, and the band's already starting to come through. I feel like Jax is something you also need to think about getting rid of, but then there's the Gwen, then there's the
Camille. Do you know Ben's solo queue name is like, I love Camille?
That doesn't surprise me.
That's literally his tag, so yeah.
Blind picking the Cassante typically would be fine against this man. A scary thing to do. We'll see how it pans out for Licorice.
See what he wants to go for right now. The Kindred going to be banned away this time by BLG. They're recognizing there's an awful lot more tools available to Golden Guardians that are going to be able to kind of maybe enable that pick there. So they're saying, look, we don't think River was bad on the pick. We're going to get that off of the table as soon as we possibly can. I will say for Golden Guardians, they're the ones that are going to have the rotation first off of this. So they're going to be able to kind of keep themselves fairly decently in terms of, you know, what they want to go for, especially if we're going to see more jungle bans. Renekton going in. That's interesting as well because Bin didn't have an exceptional performance on the Renekton yesterday.
Surely this is not a Jax game. I feel like
I hope, man. I don't get too excited because you never know. It might just be Sion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he got super, you know, kind of, you know, down on himself after the 369 final, but he was spamming Sion a lot.
I know. Right now, my prediction is the Jax pick. The Maokai ban. There we are. We actually see it come through because that's what I expected Golden Guardians to go for. It seems that BLG on a very similar wavelengths to me. We'll see what direction they now go in. Because you imagine that the jungle pick will come through now for the Golden Guardians.
Yeah, you want to keep that last pick there for Gory into that mid lane. There's plenty of jungle still available.
Flex Gragas.
So Flex Gragas,
well, you've got two flexes actually. Cassante can be mid or top.
Very true. And Gory was one of the OGs in LCS who brought that out.
Right, and then also you've got the Gragas that can be mid, jungle, or top. So a lot of flexibility here, and they're kind of pressuring Bin and saying, oh, what are you going to blind pick? Because you don't know what's top lane.
We'll see what he wants to go for here. Might just go straight back to the Gnar, something he picked up pretty much all throughout playoffs. It was his default one to go with. Yasuo locked and loaded. No hesitation from the Golden Guardians. They don't want to drop to the lower bracket. They want to keep this series going.
Wow. Yasuo. That is a bold choice from Gory. I mean, when we think about it, Yagao is always the player that's considered the weak point of BLG in terms of his laning specifically, right? And like in terms of 1v1 matchups, even yesterday he got a lot of criticism for his Jace performance into the Aurelion Salt. Gory clearly feeling confident, saying, you know what, I think that I can bring out the Yasuo. A lot of lockdown coming out from the Vi Ahri, though, means that you're going to have to play a lot through Gory to set him up for success. And even if you do, Elk on this Jinx, he got 12 kills. yesterday on this champion.
Tied with Broken Blade for the most of the tournament so far.
His Aphelios is incredible. His Jinx is just as good. This man is an incredibly talented AD carry, and Bin is also having a great series. So, like, I respect the confidence from Golden Guardians. They've gone for a very different direction. They want to be able to skirmish in the early to mid game this time round. We'll see how things pan out. We're about ready to jump onto the Rift for our second game of this best-of-3 winner. If BLG can secure it, we'll move on to the main stage along with the rest of the MSI teams.
The expectation would be BLG to kind of stamp their ticket with authority, bring themselves to the bracket stage, but Golden Guardians bringing out a new style of composition. They want to try and make this as scrappy as possible. They want to don't want to drop down to the lower bracket just yet, but we will jump onto the Rift. We're going to be keeping a very, very keen eye on that mid lane right now, because that is where it's all going to be. And the thing is that normally it's like, oh, it's Gragas and Yasuo. You're going to have to set himself up. You've got Cassante with a knock-up. You've got the Rakan with a knock-up. There's actually a fair bit of setup, so it's not just one or two abilities. You're going to have to be careful here on the side of BLG.
Yep. The wombo combo is very real. Gragas Yasuo, I mean, as an EU enthusiast, this was one of the go-tos, one of the OGs. This was something that Mickey and Perks used to bring out bot lane. It was something that, I mean, all over the world is no one is a stranger to this duo in particular. There was the Diana Yasuo for a long period of time as well. I will be honest though, I wasn't expecting it to come out from Golden Guardians.
It's a bit of a curveball.
But Gory, I know that he's a player that's risen in the ranks of North American mid laners very quickly onto the scene. He was making a name for himself. And while Golden Guardians ultimately had an up and down season, during their playoffs, we were really able to see this mid laner shine, and I'm excited to see him play against Yagao here. Now, we do have a bit of a delayed invade coming out from the bot lanes of Golden Guardians. They're
behind them.
Here.
Level 1 from the Rakan is so massive as well. We've seen it so many times where if you can get people kind of...
But now they're awkwardly...
Are they awkwardly though? That's the thing. They're going to jump onto this one. There's going to be the ghost pop by both AD carries. They're jumping onto Elk as they try and get him down. Nobody blowing a flash just yet, but you've got the shielding coming in. Elk trying to see if he can maybe keep himself alive. Good heal. And the tower shot goes in. Stixxay so low. Oh, Stixxay thought he could do it. And now you've got Huhi, who has nowhere to be, nowhere to go. One more auto attack, and it's going to be Elk. Just about never mind. On says, that's my kill. What looked like Golden Guardians having a unique setup. Disaster. BLG get two.
And he hits him with the emote as well. The sad cat coming out from On. 2 kills off the bat for BLG. What a fantastic start for the bot lane. And honestly, it's a heal diff, right?
Yep.
The biggest difference was the fact that they waited so long for the Ignite to time out. The heal came out from On, and that was enough of a health disparity that they were able to walk away the victors. Riven out, looking for a level 3 gank in mid. See if he can make this one happen.
Not going to commit the flash there, but does get a little bit of damage back. He's going to land the charm, but he's pretty damn safe. But I mean, look, this is Golden Guardians, and I'm not saying they're at panic stations, but you can see that's rattled them a little bit.
I mean, it's also a situation where Jinx, I believe she did start with the Q. I can double check, but it's...
she did, yes.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're only gaining attack speed while in that fight. Once you got the 3 stacks, you get more attack speed, whereas Xayah only has that bonus attack speed for the duration of the W, right? So while initially it looked really good for the Xayah, when you don't have those feathers, you're not going to be able to win out on that trade. So at the level 1, Jinx is just going to be able to get the advantage, along with Lulu being that range support who can just keep hitting you, whereas Rakan doesn't have that same advantage. So Golden Guardians, the initial premise looked good, but the execution ends up falling short, and now the bot lane finds themselves in a very comfortable advantage.
And just a great move there from the bot lane as well, because like, no panic, they didn't immediately go for it. There wasn't an insta flash to, you know, break the distance or anything like that. It was cool, calm, and collected. And they're looking for some more now as Stixxay has no flash available, and he goes down. Oh, LCS fans, look away. This is going to turn into a massacre.
Oh God, it's that it just went from bad to worse.
Yep.
It's one thing to lose in the 2 versus 2. You can argue, you know what, not that big of a deal. We can bounce back from that. It's whatever. To then die again, it's not the situation you want to be in. Now, River is a little stuck here.
Yeah.
Will be forced to flash. What was he doing there?
I don't know, man. Like, look, if it's level 6 for Gory, sure, you get a flash body slam right as you hit level 6. Nowhere close. And again, this is what I'm saying. Like, it feels like already we're seeing Golden Guardians kind of panic a little bit, and they just need to calm down. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you're making it worse by compounding all these errors.
What is there to say right now? Back knock and again interrupted because of the shield from On. Well played there. Bit of lead tech for those unaware. As long as the shield doesn't get broken, the game doesn't continue taking any damage, which means that your back will be unaffected.
Shun's coming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Huhi doesn't have flash. Oh, he misses the Q. That's huge there. Shun with a little bit of a mechanical misplay, which means Stixxay can kind of keep his support safe. That's a let-off for the bot lane of Golden Guardians. I'm gonna call it what it is.
A small reprieve for sure. Flash.
Oh, they're looking for it, and they get it on. It's just on point right now. Stixxay can't even confirm the kill on the way back of it. And Stixxay has nothing else to do. This bot lane is just getting so much, just keeps getting pushed down, and now Elk's there. You can't even push down on the Shun.
No.
Stixxay doesn't have himself a flash. He's got him not gonna get the root. One more rocket, and it's 5 kills to none. This bot lane is decimating the Golden Guardians.
I saw a laugh on the face of Huhi. He realizes how catastrophic this bot lane is going. And the game is over before it feels like it's even started. River now looking for a play. I don't think they win this.
I think they do.
Oh, they do. All right.
Yeah.
They win this.
You're just a hater. You're just an LCS hater.
Yeah.
Well, look, they get it.
Look at Huhi's face right now.
Yeah.
Smiles. I mean, at least they're staying optimistic. This is always going to be an uphill battle. But for them to be struggling like this, I think, kind of goes against even their own expectations. You got to keep your spirits up in a situation like this. Huhi is the one that gets the shutdown, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
600 gold over to your support.
He's happy. That's why he's laughing.
Sure.
But look, it's a small moment there for them to go for it. We will see the last breath being used in the mid lane, but again, it's just, unless you're comboing this up with the Gragas, there's just not going to be enough burst onto an Ahri who's just going to be totally fine to kind of soak that one up every single time.
It's just a bit of trading ultimately from Gory for the time being. You can see he's at a small CS deficit, kind of to be expected. But trading health bars, especially against someone with a corrupting pot, does make a lot of sense.
Would see Golden Guardians trying to calm themselves down. They're about 1,500 gold, a little bit more behind BLG, who are just kind of living off of this bot lane advantage for the moment, and Gory kind of needs to be the X factor. He needs to be the person who kind of comes out and makes a big play, catches a multi-man ultimate, and works with his team for that. But now, moving in onto River. They might be able to go for this one here. Bin has got the first move, but the Cassante is in tow. They're jumping straight back in. Flash Charm, and that's going to be the Gragas going down. There's one kill. Gory trying to 1v2 right now, but he's just not got the damage. They take him down as well. Licorice seeing if he can use the buy as a way to escape. Now he gets one kill. He's thinking about going for some more, but they're just too ranged. They're just too damn good. BLG 3 for 1 in that fight.
And it was all over a crab. The bot side was losing initially, and now the top side is collapsing as well. A single knock-up was all Gory needed to throw the ultimate out, and that could have been a very different fight. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to find it. And Yagao with the ultimate, along with the damage from Shun, means that BLG walk away the victors. And it all comes back to why Vi and Ahri are so prevalent in the meta. Their early game skirmishing is just so prevalent. It gives you so much control over the river. And BLG are dominating once again. A huge stack of farm in the bot lane that Stixxay desperately wants to get for himself. And look at the range to Elk, they're playing at the edge of the tower beautifully. I'm going to look back at this fight once more. So the initial damage from Jun, he knows that his top laner gets to move first, even though Gory's there initially. Yagao has the ultimate. And look at this flash charm, make sure that they get that CC down. I guess Gory wasn't in range. I believe that the E did actually come out from River. You can see the damage is just too much. And props to Licorice trying to get something back here, but wasn't quite enough.
They're looking
CC
for the burst.
damage.
Yeah, they get a charm though, and that means that Yagao kind of puts in a lot more damage onto Gory, who's very, very low. They're going to try and see if Bin can do a little bit of a drive-by there. They're trying to see if they can catch out River flash for flash, but Gory's still running away, hit by the boomerang, and should be just going down. Bin finally picking up his first kill of this game, and funny enough, River actually gets out alive.
Wow. Okay, so River actually survives that because Bin decided to come out to Gory. Huhi has no HP. Did Stixxay die again?
I think so. He's 0-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, that was happening mid. Bot lane obviously went, and Huhi's now on Mission Impossible. He needs to get himself out there. On thinking about it, but still has the flash available to him. But it's going to be difficult for Huhi to kind of really confirm this one here. I feel like Yagao is going to find it. Yeah, they're closing in on his location. Did he execute? Yes, he does. Okay. Silver linings. We take what we can here.
Wow, we're really digging in deep.
I mean, man, I'm trying not to be mean. This is LPL. I'm happy as Larry. We're doing great.
I mean, yeah. Oh, so we're getting in a replay. Stixxay Okay, oh no. And then On
damage.
is just gonna, yeah, okay, I can already see what's gonna happen. On gonna take tower aggro, right? And then, yeah, Elk is gonna finish that one off. On as well has the ultimate. They look to try and get that kill on Tahuhi. He's able to get away. I'd say to safety.
He didn't give over any gold.
Give over any gold,
Again,
yeah.
that was the most positive thing we could say about that particular play. And I mean, look, coming into this one here, we were kind of saying, look, maybe Golden Guardians could have a little bit of an upset. Maybe people are going to be a little bit kind of unsure as to how BLG will look, but BLG are smashing them. BLG are kind of saying, look, we don't belong here in the play-in stage. We need to be up there with the T1s, with the Gen Gs and the JDGs in the bracket stage, and we're going to get in there as quick as we possibly can.
I mean, I will say, I'm also just very disappointed in Golden Guardians.
Yeah.
I think that after game one, I saw signs of life, and I felt like that if they just calmed down, came in with a solid approach, then game two could have looked very different. For them to be this far behind 10 minutes in, I wasn't even expecting. I knew that BLG would be the favorites, but Golden Guardians definitely not showing, I think, the true potential of what they're capable of. Now, of course, this will mean they're eliminated from the tournament. They will move into the losers bracket of the play-in stage. BLG, what will likely be a victory, will secure themselves a spot along with JDG, Genji, T1, Mad Lions, and Cloud9 in the main stage. But there's still an opportunity for Golden Guardians, and they will have to play their way through the lower bracket.
Yeah, and the guest thing, look, great to see the double elimination coming in here, and of course for the Golden Guardians, it is definitely not the worst thing in the world. I think regardless of how we get there, this is roughly how we, have seen this whole result kind of going down, so not to be too, unexpected, but it is how we're getting there. That's a little bit kind of, little bit unfortunate there, but I will say Licorice getting a lot of free time in this top lane, picking up 4 plates, while Elk picks himself up 5 in the bot lane. We'll see an engage coming out here onto Yagao, who gets caught up and knocked down, trying to see if they can get the charm down on him, and River picks up a kill, so trying to get shunned down as well, and the Jinx will pick up the rocket, but not going to be able to get anything else off of that, so there's not going to be any response here in terms of kills, and Golden Guardians only 3,000 gold down now. Oh, Gory! On wants that kill. He's 3-0-3. He wants to be the carry of this game.
So Stixay gets Bullhound. They're looking to threaten up top now.
They are looking to threaten him. They're trying to see if they can kill off Bin just before he gets into the Mega, and they will. Okay, Golden Guardians getting themselves a couple of plays in a row, and they finally find themselves a good skirmish.
They certainly do. Look at how much gold they've actually been able to close back. Only a 2,000 difference between the two teams. It was a 5K gold difference.
It was.
And I think that if we get an opportunity to look at the gold difference, a lot of it's going to be sitting on Elk, right? This man is where all of the gold difference currently sits. He secured all 5 plates bot. He's going to get more plates in mid.
You get 3.
And they continue to funnel gold into this AD carry. I know many LPL fans were excited for Elk to debut on the international stage. And now I think the whole world gets to see his AD carry prowess. Another superstar AD carry to come out from the LPL. Don't you guys get tired of that?
No, you'd be surprised. When you win 7 out of 10 international tournaments, it never gets old. It really doesn't. But that's the thing with Elk. Like, you think about this guy and where he's come from and how kind of close he's been. I always think of 2021 summer where he went and played, I think it was like 11 best of 5s from the gauntlet right up until the winners final, then got knocked out of playoffs into regional qualifiers and lost it. I think they went on a 12-1 loss streak effectively in terms of game score and best of 5s. It was heartbreaking for Elk, and it just really didn't, unfortunately, kind of work out for them. Now he's on the international stage. And this is the thing, even yesterday and today, regardless how the rest of the map is performing, because again, they got those kills in top and in mid for Golden Guardians, Elk has been consistent. Elk has just said it doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the games, I'm going to carry.
Yep. He has been a very reliable carry, and I think that after their defeat to JDG and how, like, you hear any LPL enthusiast talk about how it was largely Bin that was the main success, the main carry of this team. This was a team that primarily played through Bin. To see this bot lane thriving the way that they are, definitely only good signs for BLG.
Absolutely.
And their ability to contest in this tournament. Looking good. Now, they have made a few small blunders here and there. We were just talking about the fact that Golden Guardians were able to close that gold gap, but Elk immediately going to extend it once again. 3,000 now the difference after he secured that mid tower. You can see 11 turret plates. I imagine that 10 of them went to Elk.
Yes. I'd be surprised if anyone else got much off of that plate in terms of the gold.
He has a 40 CS advantage over Stixay.
And a 3,000 gold advantage as well. That's where the gold advantage is.
Yes, as we talked about earlier. Of course, Licorice doing very well on the top side of that, largely because of Big's robes and the fact they were able to find a dive, all the plates that he was able to secure for himself. Definitely close the goal gap a little bit.
He's in a
catch
bad
him?
spot. They're going to try and catch him out there, bursting him down so much. You flash it out of the frying pan and into the fire. Licorice gets himself a shutdown.
Okay, Golden Guardians. I like what I'm seeing right now. Pick after pick after pick. Perhaps there's a window for Golden Guardians to come back into this game. The TP committed into the mid lane from Bin.
Yeah, they're going to go and try and jump on straight on top of him. They don't burst him out just yet, but he's not mega right now. Bin running away as Licorice tries to take him out, and he will. Feathers will fly as Yagao does not land the charm afterwards. And Golden Guardian's not quite done just yet. Good route to stop 6A from getting caught out here by Yagao. He gets slowed up. A lot of damage there from that barrel. Flashes in, flashes away. Yagao will not catch this bird today, and the fox will leave without his prey. There is an ultimate! Oh!
How did he know?
They're just a different level. 6 cents coming in here from Huhi, and Golden Guardians keeping this game competitive.
But shout out to Licorice. The expectations coming into this series was that there would be a colossal top gap, but Licorice is playing like a man possessed right now. Nothing but confidence. Look back at this dive. TP comes in, and Golden Guardians say, you know what? We kill him. The Gragas barrel comes out. The ultimate from Gory comes through, and then Licorice is saying, I've got this, guys. Leave it to me. Incredible confidence from him underneath the tower. Shun is getting very low, and he has to dive away to safety. But Golden Guardians, they're the aggressors in this game. They are the ones determining what is happening on the map. And this is a look that we didn't get to see from them in Game 1, but I like what we're seeing in Game 2.
Absolutely. The thing is, as well, is that, yes, Elk is very far ahead, but if a Cassante jumps on your face and you're a Jinx, you don't have many options outside of your flash. You're relying on for this Lulu to kind of keep you safe. Yagao going forward will land the Everfrost, will not land the Charm, so it sticks a very low. Huhi as well. They're going to take him out as On picks up his 4th kill of the game. Golden Guardians do not know when they really needed to kind of go for that fight, and BLG just kind of punished them hard.
Really good collapse from BLG. Yagao not hesitant to use this Ahri ultimate. Wasn't able to land the charm on the Stixxay, but it didn't matter. The combined damage of Yagao, Elk, and On was good enough. Dragon now up and available. Huhi will be back out on the map, though. The question is, can GG put themselves in a position to contest? We see Bin in the top lane, securing himself level 11.
River, nowhere to go for him to go now. He's full AP, meaning he is super squishy. And they can turn back up to Licorice, who is very, very tanky, but only so much. They're going to jump straight in now onto Elk, who gets the wild growth on top of him. Licorice trying to jump in with the all-out. Elk flashes away, charmed up, taking it down. You cannot deny that the Cassante will get his mark every damn time. Yagao without a flash or a Spirit Rush means he dies as well, and Golden Guardians looking for On as well. They're looking for a little bit more.
Gory's spidey senses were tingling, but Golden Guardians, wow, you lose your jungler, but you don't care. You're able to walk away with 3 kills, the neutral objective as well. Stixxay even picked up a kill onto Yagao. They've closed the goal gap machine. What felt like a done and dusted game, what felt like Golden Guardians were out of this series, all of a sudden has swung back in their favor.
You're welcome, LCS, for the caster curse. But let's have a look at how this one kind of goes, because River just straight up gets caught.
So he uses the E initially to try and sidestep, of course, face checks a control warded bush. He thinks that's safe, and now picks himself up another kill. But Licorice, the Giga Chad in the top lane, says, I'm not going out, I'm going in. Gory quick to follow up. The Wind Wall mitigating a lot of damage. Licorice throws the ultimate down onto Elk. And you've got this Yasuo Cassante duo just working to perfection. The peel from BLG just isn't enough.
And the big thing as well is that it all kind of stems from that TP into mid lane where Bin dies. He doesn't have TP to join that. He's nowhere to be found. So even though, yes, you got the pick initially from onto Golden Guardians, it's a 4v4. It's not a 5v4. You're not at an advantage. And it means that Golden Guardians can punish. So really, really well done for them. They equal up themselves a little bit of gold. They get themselves a dragon as well. And Huhi on this engage has been so much better compared to game 1.
I feel like I can hear Dom in the back of my head being like, I always knew Licorice was the best top laner in the world, you know?
He just needed to prove it.
Yeah.
He needed a stage in order to show it.
What a performance from Licorice. An incredible Cassante game. Yagao. Whoa, hang on.
I mean, they're going to be able to catch him.
Oh,
they even get themselves, cannot do anything about it. The Steel Tempest to stop Shun from giving any support, and Golden Guardians have got themselves momentum.
Yeah, you spotted it, Oshin. What a play from him. The second that the ultimate connects to the ground, he throws that Q not at the Ahri, but at the incoming Vi to make sure that the support wasn't there. Yagao caught with his pants down. And now look at this gold difference. From what was a 6K gold deficit, the gold is basically even. And a lot of that sitting in the top lane. Licorice. What a performance from the top laner of Golden Guardians. Baron spawns in 25 seconds. I don't expect that to be the primary objective. Ideally, Golden Guardians want to get this mid-tier 1 down, open up the map a little bit more, gain more access into the river. We look across the gold advantage for Gory, gold advantage in the top lane, gold even in the mid. 80 carry still where that big deficit exists, but Stixxay already actually has an XP advantage. You can see that little pink bar underneath the icons. Stixxay getting up there. He just needs that second item to start dealing a little bit more damage. Hang on, they're just going to start it.
We're going to keep going with the caster curses right now because Golden Guardians are benefiting off this. BLG don't know. Now they do. It's a slow Baron. It's not exactly the quickest in the world, but they're going to TP in Licorice as well. Bin would have to TP in a little bit before this. He hasn't got Mega Gnar just yet. It's a little bit scrappy. It's only half HP on the Baron. Golden Guardians, are you willing to go this? There's a good charm there onto Licorice, but he is the tank. Taking a lot of damage right now. You can see Golden Guardians, they don't want to stay here. I say that. They're jumping in now onto Elk. They're trying to burn him down. They throw everything in the kitchen sink and they get their man. Now Bin looking to go mega, but he gets taken to the grave. Golden Guardians, they call BLG over to the Baron and they take them to dinner.
Golden Guardians built a comp to kill Elk, and they do just that. They're looking for more kills.
They're looking for everything. They know there's no 50-50 if Shun dies, but Shun gets in. Oh, he's so close. He can't secure it. And Golden Guardians finally have themselves an advantage in game 2.
The LCS has come alive. Golden Guardians is here to play. They will not go quietly off into the night. They secured the Baron against BLG, and they're looking to make the upset a reality.
They're going for mid as well, getting as much standing gold as they possibly can. And LCS, do you believe? Finally, Golden Guardians showing up on this stage, and it's all off of the back of that man, Licorice. He's so sweet on these engages.
Wow, I was not expecting to be talking about Licorice, the hero of Golden Guardians, to drag them out of what was an atrocious early game. The bot lane was 0-5 at sub 10 minutes. It felt like that the game was done and dusted, that Elk could run away, but just keep your eyes on Elk in this fight. While Yagao looks for something in the flank, there's no real follow-up on the side. Bin doesn't quite have the Mega Gnar, and Shun is completely separated from the team. But Licorice flash in. The Lulu ultimate comes through. Gory with the follow-up, though. Even though Gory is polymorphed, it doesn't matter. Licorice and Huhi, there's just so much chain CC that the rest of BLG can't peel.
I mean, it's like Elk was on, you know when you're on a trampoline and everyone starts jumping around you and there's nothing you can do, you're just in a bounce house of hell? That's exactly what happened. They just threw everything at him and there was just no counterplay to it because he didn't have the flash. He lost it in the last fight. So once that flash is gone, he has no escape, and there is the enthusiasm we want to be seeing from the LCS #2 seeds.
Very nicely done from Golden Guardians. The game has flipped around, and now it is Golden Guardians to lose. The dragon spawns in 10 seconds. You expect that to be the objective that they play for. But there are a couple other problems that BLG now find themselves with. Gory is level 14, about to hit level 15. Who stops him in a side lane? This Yasuo is working towards that second item. He's only going to get stronger as the game continues. And then you sit there and go, okay, fine. He groups up with the rest of his team. Now who deals with Licorice? Well, they're looking to send 5.
They're looking to send 5 in a 1v5, and Licorice goes all out. He will be taken out. TP coming in here from Gory, try and maybe do something, but it's a little bit too little too late. They'll get the turret in the bot side. That's a good one just before this dragon, but Golden Guardians feeling like a lot was used there in that last fight to try and get off the pick.
Lot.
Huhi looking for something here. They just spot him a little bit. They're going in. It's stolen. BLG will get themselves a dragon, but can they get out with the fight? That's the question. They're going to jump onto El Gory on the back line. Welcome back to the bounce house. There's nothing you can do as Stixxay lets the feathers fly. Bin finally here looking to 1v4, but there's nothing to be done. You wasted everything on Licorice, and now Golden Guardians, they take their dues.
4 versus 5. The Golden Guardians don't give a damn. They walk away the victors once more. They secure the dragon, and BLG is aced.
What a turnaround. You watch the first 10 minutes of this game and you tell me now at 24 we're going to be at this point. That's just not possible. But look at the difference. Look at the way this game just flipped as we do get ourselves the win expectancy powered by AWS. And I mean, I can't blame it. I mean, I'm looking at Golden Guardians think they're going to win as well. It's just insane turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely insane. What a performance from Golden Guardians. The beauty of this best-of-3 format means that they were given another opportunity, and they shine. And let's look at this engage once more. So Shun does steal away the dragon. A really nice steal from him.
Wow.
Just short of 1200 HP, he's able to get away with it, but then they see an opportunity to re-engage. Now, Gory doesn't get too antsy with the ultimate. He waits for that knock-up onto Elk, and then the immediate follow-up. You can see On's ultimate is so quick. He's on, right? He is on it. He is ready with the reflexes, but it's just not enough. There is not enough heal. And now you look at Stixxay, level 14, a whole level above, nearly 2 above Elk, working on his third major item. The AD carry difference does not matter, as Golden Guardians have come alive, and now they just need to play patient now.
Yes.
Yes, they won a 4v5 fight, and it's true that you've pretty much guaranteed that you can win every single one of these fights. But BLG is a resilient team. They've been able to find their way out of these deficits before, and as long as Elk lives, BLG will always have a win condition. So Golden Guardians need to play it safe, they need to take their time, maintain this great vision control around the Baron, make that sure that that's your next objective, leverage that to close out the game.
The big thing that I want everyone to realize, the last few fights, Elk has not been able to play League of Legends. Straight up, has literally been sat in the same position, getting thrown around the place by everyone else. If Elk can flash that first knock-up and not get hit by the last breath and get himself away to put out DPS, that is a very scary position for Golden Guardians. They have done so well, so well to put themselves in a fantastic position. They are 6,000 gold ahead. They are the ones in control of this game, and they've got a Yasuo on the sideline, so that's going to be fantastic for them. However, the job is not done. They need to close this out.
They do. And even if they do, there's one more game left to be played, Oshin.
God, I love best of series. Praise be the new format.
BLG, no strangers to falling in a best of 3. They've been here many times before during the regular season. Golden Guardians, though, they see that taste of victory and they have to make sure that it doesn't overcome them. Huhi, we've seen so many of his reactions in this series so far. Even when they were dying, he kept the smiles on his face. If we get to chat to him after the series, would love to know how he was able to keep the mental so strong in this game, because they've been able to bounce back. Now, the Baron alive for 15 seconds. A couple resets coming through. BLG have a little bit of vision in their side of the jungle, but it's going to be hard. They're going to be forced to face check and force their way in to this objective.
No flash on Bin, no flash on Gory. Both AD carries have their flashes. We do have plenty in the tank here. Also good to note there is a stopwatch onto Gory and a stopwatch onto River as well. So you're going to have those a little bit of team fight resets should anything happen. But this is total vision control right now. Thank you to the observers for highlighting that. The Golden Guardians, and you've got yourself plenty to kind of work with. You will now know that it's been started up with your Ahri's bot lane, so your Gao's going to take a couple of seconds to even get here. They can shred this.
Yeah, it looks like BLG are just not going to contest it whatsoever. They're going to take that last stand at their base.
Oh my god. Oh lord. I just saw the LCS's hope. Everyone just had a collective heart attack.
That face was perfect, yeah.
Everyone just had a collective heart attack around what could have been just the biggest oopsie in the world.
So now, it all comes down to how they siege. Earlier in the game, they were able to find a good pick onto Licorice. BLG is who I'm talking about now. They're actually looking for the Gao. He's going to be able to get away to safety.
How close?
So, how close was it?
It wasn't far off.
So the explosion actually went onto Stixxay. I'm not sure it was actually that close to the back. I didn't actually think it did much damage to the
It went down from 1800 to 1600, or 600.
Oh, was that actually? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is 1200 damage. So.
That's fair.
That's quick maps.
That is quick maps. Good job. The home of quick maps. Dragon spawning in about 5 seconds time. Looks like Golden Guardians do want to grab that for themselves. They still have 2 minutes on the objective. Let's see if they can close this one up. This feels like a done deal. From this position.
If they lose, everyone in LCS is going to hate you right now. It's not a done deal just yet.
Oh, can you stop Elk?
Elk is trying
his absolute hard. This is not normal. Someone needs to check
very
PC,
close,
man.
Literally, if Golden Guardians keep auto-attacking it there, that's when that goes a bit scary. But they get themselves a dragon. There isn't going to be a dragon soul for at least another 10 minutes, which is going to be at 40 minutes anyway, so we're not really looking at that as a win condition. And right now, BLG are quite content to kind of go, cool, we're just going to keep scaling up. We're going to keep getting ourselves some more items. That's going to be an Infinity Edge for Elk very, very soon. And then this is where the game starts to become more about execution rather than any kind of advantage any team has.
Push down. The waves aren't quite synced up. I'd like Licorice, I think, to stay just another wave in mid, but they want to... They threaten a dive. It's a little dangerous. A lot
of damage there onto River. Bring him down to half HP. Plenty of healing, though, coming out from Huhi on that Rakan. And
he might go and get the red buff for himself so that he can use that to heal up.
Yeah.
Looks like he will actually grab that. get a little bit of health back after clearing the jungle can. You can see Stixay not quite clearing the wave just yet. They want to try and sync up that mid wave with the bot so they can actually siege at the same time.
Against the Jinx, though, you don't really get time, even with the Baron buff. The Jinx Rocket's doing so much there. I will say Stixay actually has 2-level advantage right now over Elk, who is only level 14. They will try and crack open the base now towards mid. 2-level advantage between the top laners. It's been not quite level 16, and that tower should go down. So, base cracked open. BLG happy to let that one go, as it's the easiest one to defend, regardless of what you're trying to go for after this. Oh, Charm onto Gory. Gory getting caught up here, has to use the stopwatch. They need to save him out now. There's going to be a flash in and the ultimate there. They had to expend so much just to make sure their mid laner did not die. And now BLG, they smell blood in the water. The Yasuo is dead, as is River. It's a double kill. Stixay's nowhere to go, and he gets taken down. Triple kill by Elk, and he wants a little bit more. 5v1. Licorice gets shut down, and BLG, they do not want this game to end.
And just like that, BLG found the window. Gory oversteps, and BLG don't hesitate to punish. The question is, what can they convert this into? Could they potentially end? The answer to that is no. They don't really have a wave in mid. The death timers at this point are 25 seconds, and while BLG may be able to break some structures, it's not going to be enough. So BLG have bought themselves a little bit more time. They've saved the game from collapsing completely. But Golden Guardians, this was the slip-up that we talked about. In these high-pressure situations, it is easy to be overconfident, to overstep, and a team like BLG will punish you immediately. So they have vision fully on Gory. Yagao remains in the fog of war, a great charm with which he's not able to react with the rim wall in time. Throws out the stopwatch to buy a little bit of time, but that's a flash committed from Hui. Great reactions from Yagao to create space, but then the range of Elk, and this is what we talked about. As long as Elk is alive, BLG have a win condition. Again, just really great play overall from Yagao there. 2 back-to-back charms that really set up the play for BLG. And now Elk, the question is, does Elk get a GA off the back of this?
He does.
He does. So how does this change the landscape of the fights now?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
sorry. That's a lot of damage.
This game is literally Elk versus Golden Guardians.
Yes. I mean, it's exactly what we talked about, though. Is that if Elk stays alive, Elk is the issue right now. He's full build. He has got himself onto the super late game. The big difference is, though, this time around, he does not have Flash. He does not have Ghost. You catch him, you can kill him.
But neither does Huhi, and that's the biggest thing. Huhi is going to keep looking for flanks. He's going to look for ways to get on top of that backline because it's the easiest way for Golden Guardians to actually shut down.
Gory gets charmed up. They're going to jump in on top of him, try burn him down, but they can't do it just yet. El can't plant his
Great win wall.
Shun goes golden, but it's only to delay the inevitable. They will not have their jungler left. They might look for a bit of a TP play here. They got double TP here on Licorice and Gory. They may look to reset.
Baron in 47 seconds, 42 on the respawn for sure.
Maybe look for the end.
But Golden Guardians, I feel like just running down mid is not the best play. You have a lot of wave clear available on Elk. He just needs to get back to base. Yagao gonna get there first.
They're
it's an
going
ambitious
for it.
play. They're gonna look for it.
They're going for at least an inhibitor turret, sorry, not an inhibitor, a Nexus turret. As Golden Guardians want to keep this best of 3 alive. Every single best of 3 so far at MSI 2023 has been a 2-0. Golden Guardians want to buck that trend. They're on to 1 Nexus turret, but it's only Stixay kind of putting in the damage, and he's not really able to do it. Now Golden Guardians might be a little bit overextended. Licorice trying to see if he can maybe keep away Bin from the back line, and he will do just that. Oh, Vedi, it's getting all sorts of jittery, but Golden Guardians don't throw it away just yet.
See, yeah, they invested a lot, and I feel like the BLG had a very nice setup in terms of their wave clear. There's so much vision now that's been left uncleared that BLG can use.
Watch Huhi. He's on a flank, and there's some plenty of wards there as well. BLG not feeling confident to go for this. They'll lose the Baron. They don't want to try and risk the game just yet. They'll take up the Dragon, which means that we're going to get the soul points.
This is good for Golden Guardians because BLG, they're going to go straight to the Dragon. And look, they've left their top lane completely exposed. GG now have clear information as to where BLG are, and they can make a beeline for this top inhibitor.
Get the Tier 2, it's Golden Guardians with the Baron buff and plenty of minions behind it. They may look to try and go for it right now, but you don't want to get too antsy. There's a good wind wall, but it's not really going to stop most of these minions from doing it. They can't really go for it anymore. They took a little bit too much poke damage, and they're going to use the Shurelya's Revelry to get themselves out. Bin picking up the Dragon does put BLG on soul point, and Vedi, we continue with this game.
Elk is terrifying right now. What a situation for the Golden Guardians to be in. They gave a window for BLG, and they smashed through that window without any hesitation. And GG, it would be such a devastating loss for them to have come back from such a massive deficit. This is their game, and GG can see that. Licorice threatening Elk.
He goes in, they're going to try and jump onto Elk before he can get any real support, but Shun was there as well as On, who he cannot get the flank. Double TP from Bin and Yagao means that the rest of Golden Guardians cannot engage.
He has Flash.
They do have Flash, but he knows he's there, so he doesn't want to fully commit to this one just yet until he knows that Gory and Licorice can follow up.
On is doing a great job of just keeping the ward onto Huhi. He is constantly spotting him, letting his team know where this flank is coming from, and he is mitigating what vision Huhi can get.
Mid inhibitor respawns, no more super minions for Golden Guardians there. We're going to see them now try and push this one, but it's a minuscule wave that's going to be very easily cleared there by the Ahri and the Jinx. They're going to look for a bit of engage. Bin, almost mega, but not quite just yet. 5v5 in that bot side. No knockback from Licorice means that you're not going to get an engage just yet. Bin looking for a bit of a move. He's going to get the crunch down. He's there onto the Zaya, but he has to use his ult defensively. He knew if he stayed there too long, he could have been killed.
The charm does connect onto Licorice, but now Bin going back to base. There's no wave in mid. GG are just playing through a single lane right now, and that's the ideal situation for Elk to find himself in. He has more than enough wave clear. And BLG will hold the line for now.
45 seconds, you can see that River very aware there might be a flank coming in, so wants to make sure there's no Ahri, there's no charm to come in, but Licorice at the moment just tanking everything up. You have a couple more seconds, they're going to look for it. Shun looks in. They're going to pop out the wind wall, and that's going to stop anyone from going to go for it. But again, you're not getting the mid lane, or you're not getting the tower damage down, so this Baron buff's not really going to equal to a lot. It's just going to delay the game that little bit more.
BLG are holding the line very well, and it's Golden Guardians. They're just overcommitting to a single lane. I feel like that they can send Gory off to a side, but they're concerned about Gory getting collapsed on. But as a result, they're then just tunneling. They're making it too easy for BLG to group, and then Yagao and Elk combined have more than enough wave clear to hold the line. The Runens is just so effective at wave clear. The Golden Guardians Baron is going to dissipate. The map will reset to neutral, and of course, while BLG are at a deficit, a single fight is all that matters, Oshin. A single fight with the death timers at this late into the game. Yagao, you need to be careful, man. That jungle does not belong to you.
Yeah, he senses it. He knows there's definitely someone missing on the map. He now knows the charm is down, but it's a fairly low cooldown at this stage now. Licorice. Thinking he actually gets spotted?
Yeah, I wonder if you saw that aggro.
I'm thinking that maybe Yagao thinks there's somebody there. River now finding himself in that bot side. Licorice will show himself, but River knows he's not been spotted as of yet. Kind of putting himself behind enemy lines. But Elk, look how quickly he destroys these waves. Like, you're going to need so much more. River finally gets spotted out there by Shun, but Shun is already very happy to kind of push forward, be that beacon, that vanguard to get all this vision back for BLG.
Tension continues to rise. We are full late game. Carries are completing their items, and I think it's a matter of Golden Guardians are going to wait. Wait for the Dragon a minute and a half. The Baron in a minute 45. A win here for Golden Guardians means we go to game 3. A loss means they have to fight their way through the lower bracket. And there will still be an opportunity for them to join the main stage, but it's going to be a much harder road to climb. I say much harder road. This is already a very challenging road.
I was going to say the road's already pretty steep.
An alternatively challenging road.
Your roads diverge. They're both difficult. Which one do you choose? But I mean, look, for Golden Guardians, you have to feel like you should be winning this game. It just feels like it's such a, it's been there for you for so long, but BLG, they've stood resilient. They know how to take these fights. They know that if they keep Elk alive, it could mean everything. Stixxay almost
look at Huhi's position. He is trying his best to find the flank. Shun is in an angle.
He's there. They know he's there, and he's going to put himself there now. Gory a little bit isolated. They're going to try and commit there on top of the Yasuo and try and make sure that Elk can't get in there. Elk trying to get in on top of this one. They found their man. They get all the damage down. The GA has been popped, but you got to kill him twice. The feathers are just a little bit too early. They shut him down. Huhi will sacrifice his life, and now Stixxay knows he can go for the kills. He will get stunned up by the crunch, but no more Elk means no more damage for BLG.
I think the Golden Guardians just need to look to try and end the game now. Licorice is committed onto Yagao, the other member of the wave clear. Licorice has the teleport as well.
They got everybody. The solo laners are down. Golden Guardians.
This is it.
They've got themselves a lifeline. The LCS will be bringing us to a game 3 as BLG just cannot hold the line.
The wave clear is dead. Golden Guardians finally found the fight. They shut down the carry of BLG and the Nexus is in their eyes.
Everyone counted them out. Everyone said it couldn't be done. Easy favorites, and at the start of this game, you would have thought BLG would have whammed it home. But Golden Guardians keep this series alive, and they take us to a 3rd game.
An impressive comeback performance from the Golden Guardians. And I'll say it right now, Licorice with a monster performance.
Insane.
Coming into this series, expectations were not that it would be Licorice's one to win. But Bin found one too many roams. He got dive top lane as well. And Licorice got very fed. And because he got fed, he was such an effective tool in these team fights that Elk didn't get to play the game. The one fight we saw where he got a triple kill into nearly a quadra was how terrifying he could have been. But outside of that, it was just the dive bros, right?
Yeah, literally the
Every
dive
single
bros.
time.
I mean, just such a great win there for Golden Guardians, and honestly, just you could feel how tense it was as well for them. BLG, like you mentioned, got that one fight, but they couldn't do anything with it. There was no Baron, there was no Dragon, there was no waves for them to push up. So for Golden Guardians, they were able to keep their cool, and that is so damn important in this stage of an international competition. If you lose your cool in games where you should win,